the dean of one of the faculties, the law faculty, is here because intellectuals and academicians and high schools and all schools and all kind of thinkers are so much important in this. You know, Havel and all these people who I was blessed to teach me, they were always repeating to me something which I never ever understood really 25 years ago, but now I think I do. They were always saying, forget about the governments, don't focus so much on the governments, and don't focus so much on opposition parties either. Focus on making the changes happen. It's not really the governments who are making the things happen, but it's the people who are making these things happen. In the teachers and doctors and engineers and architects and human rights activists and other activists and journalists, these are the people who are making the changes happen and who are pushing the governments either to do the way that they promised or to get off, to go off, because we are not happy with what you are doing. You did promise to us something, and now you are not doing it anymore. Or you promised that you are going to be governing with this partner, and now you are governing with another partner that is not sharing the same values, and we don't like it anymore. So it's really the civil society. It's really not a phrase, and I truly and deeply believe in the strength of the civil society, irrespective of the continents where we are living.
We can see the fire when you're speaking. We can see that you give all of you for what you believe. What about your personal life? Somewhere this fire has to burn something. How do you balance between your profession and your personal life?
I failed. Let me answer right away. But let me say the good things, the good facts. My marriage lasted 21 years. And still we are big friends. We call each other brother and sister now with my ex-husband. He's coming with his new family in 2 days. We are always 4 times a year. We are meeting ourselves, the whole international family, because I'm having 4 baths in myself, Czech, Italian, Bulgarian, and maybe a bit Turkish, I don't know. So it was very difficult. We were having a very good marriage, thank God, and we are still having a beautiful, really, a son who is the personality, who lives in the United States with his family, and of course I miss him, we miss him, because we see them only once a year for 6 weeks, or not even that, and otherwise we need to see each other only online every week. So that's difficult. But in general, as long as they are healthy and successful and happy, which they are, I must be happy too. And it was a nice marriage. We were traveling all around. I think it was very difficult for my ex-husband. I'm extrovert, he's introvert. He's civil engineer. I'm a communicator. Basically, 17 years after traveling and after living in all these places, in London, in Lebanon, in Iraq, in Croatia during the war, in Bosnia during the war, in Kosovo during the war, in Serbia, etc., etc. We were always together. But then the day came, which we both knew that that day is coming, when he basically told me, I'm going back and I'm going to build a house, and I'm going to live in that house with a big garden, with the trees, and I'm going to have my fruits and my vegetables there, and you either join me or not. And I did not. And I did not join him. So the path went separately. And this was the time when the director of the IB, International Baccalaureate, still the best IB school in the region of the Western Balkans in Zagreb in Croatia, when he called us, and when he said, you know, your son is extremely talented in the computer science, I was thinking, well, all these kids and all these boys are talented with the computers. He must have seen this in my, even though I said nothing, I said really nothing, but he must have seen it in my face or something. And he said, no, Mr. Ichikura, I really mean it. He's really super talented in computer science. It's not like computer games or some IT, whatever. And this was 1998, 1999. Still, in Czech Republic, that time we did not have yet. Now we do, but that time we did not have yet really top-level schools for that branch. So he told me, you know, you either send him to the United States or you basically kind of, he will not be able to develop himself and to develop his career. Well, so this was the most difficult. You see, I'm still emotional.
Yes.
This was the most difficult time. When he was not even 18, he was 3 months until he was 18, and we sent him to the States, to the very beautiful family with 2 kids, and I was visiting him with my husband that time yet, 3 times a year in the States, and he was doing just great, and he got a scholarship in the Institute of Technology in Chicago, and 50% of the scholarship was paid by the school, 50% was paid by me. And when it was 3 years and a half, he called us. I was in Iraq, in Kurdistan. And at that time, my ex-husband was somewhere in the, but maybe in half a year we can come like next month. No, you have to come next month. It's really important. So my question was, are you sick? No, I'm not sick. Don't exaggerate. I said, are you getting married? Are you gay? What is happening? Why we need to come immediately in the United States? No, we'll see, we'll see. He didn't tell us. So I'm calling back to my ex-husband to Prague, and we have agreed the trip to the United States really 1 month after this call. Believe or not, this boy, he was taking, instead of 5 exams a semester, 7 exams a semester, in order to be able to finish earlier, so that I don't need to be in the war zones anymore. So this is great. So we went to Chicago. We were having a big celebration. He finished the university, and then he fell in love, and he went to Bill Gates. He was chosen by Bill Gates to work in Microsoft, and he built up a very nice career and very nice life. Just hope that he's going to be healthy. And I'm having now a 4 years granddaughter who I'm going to see in 3 weeks. So all is fine.
Yeah. I intended to ask you about your free time, but now I'm pretty much scared to ask because you don't look like a person who has a free time. But what do you do if you have a free time? If you want to ask, any hobbies, anything to do?
Of course I have copies. Yeah.
What do you do in
Kan
your free
sekarang
time?
kita dari rumah ke pekerjaan.
I love my work. I have to say. then when somebody kind of complains about this and that in Prague, I say, you know what, come with me to see how these people, under which conditions they work, and how they basically develop themselves without the support, and then complain.
Madam Ambassador, my last question from my side. Now the floor is open for you people to ask if you have anything, but is there anything big, any challenge, any goal you want to achieve in diplomacy in your career?
You all are going to be dead laughing. I'm afraid to say so.
You are honest with us, and I pretty enjoy and thank you very much.
I think you are really not to be.
And the second part of my question is, how do you see diplomacy evolving in the next decade, or is it going to change? The world is dramatically changing in front of our eyes. Will the diplomacy change? And through that perspective, is there any goal in diplomacy you would love to achieve through your career?
This is also a very good question. Thank you so much. I think that already for some 5-6 years, maybe since Crimea occupation, I would say, maybe, something like that, I personally observe changes in way of doing politics, presenting politics, and doing diplomacy, presenting diplomacy. When I'm lecturing students in universities or in some diplomatic institutions, they are asking me about that. And I'm thinking, I think that diplomacy is already in the process of change. 15 years ago, or even 12 years ago, I wouldn't remember that a diplomat, an ambassador, would dare to really be open with the media or with Twitter. They were not Twitters at the time. I think that the communication of diplomats and politicians did go from really being too bound by system. I'm not saying that we are saying things that we are not supposed to be saying. I'm not saying that. We still do respect what we know, what we can and what we cannot say. But in general, we diplomats in general are much more open. They are much more open to people. They are peoples to people's contacts. Before that, it was more really governments, parliaments, more like institutions. It was almost a bad word to say I'm promoting economic diplomacy because I would like the businesses in this field and that field between Czech Republic and Montenegro to be successful.